Uh, um, Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Is my shit working? Okay, my shit is working. Hello, everybody. It's bullzie. Um. Oh, it's Devious Dave Rose. It's on stage. Yes, please. Yes, he's here. I hope you like my little tag. I know you do. How do you like it? It's right in the left corner. Down in the right left corner, right there. Yeah, you see it? Anyway, you already know what this is about. We'll just jump in right into this. I'm going to pull up my notes for a bit. Yeah. I knew you would like it, Dave. I'm gonna pull up my notes for a bit because I have this ready. Like this, I did a bit of research about this even further. I read about it, the experts and what they say, and you know that stuff. Closer to my mic. Okay, hold on. I'll put on. It should be better, much better. Oh, and it does actually better. Huh? You should have known. Sometimes it doesn't realize there's two people. Literally one of them. I'm literally one of them there. YouTube, whatever. Anyway, I already have notes prepared for this, so I guess I just should have it. I'm gonna have this shit running in the background just for fun. Why not? I just had a dinner, and I hope, well, all two, including myself and Devious Dave Rose, and I don't know how long it'll go actually, but I'll make this pretty quick. I hope I can make this quick. So let me pull up. I have notes. I have notes to this. Okay, so I didn't really remember the quotes, but one of them was named Pada, whatever the fuck his name is, and Cox. His name is Coxwax. But I got some stuff written down, just saved for temporary uses. So we're doing that. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're going over. Tyler Robinson, was he really the killer? Okay, I'm going to start with my opinions on this. Okay, short answer, no. I do not believe he's the killer. And quite frankly, the reason why I don't believe he's the killer is that the reasons we're going to go into now. There's a lot of them that just makes me go, what the fuck? And I say that wholeheartedly. So I'll set this up. And no, I didn't have these quoted, but I did save them down. Pata, the FBI guy, I don't know who the fuck he was. I didn't care to redo any more research on him. But what I do know is I did research about the weapon that was used during the time that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And yes, it was an assassination, not by some civilian. That's what I firmly believe. It wasn't some kid in college. No matter what you want to believe, no, I don't even know why this is a fucking thing, but people like to argue, hey, he's left wing. Shut your dumb ass up and do some research. Anyway, let's get into this right now. Right? So I don't know his name, but Pata. I'm just gonna say Pata and pretend that's his name. I can't really tell you how to feel. Instead, if you think he was full of hate, why not pray that the hate vanish in him when he passes? Oh wait, no, that's what I wrote to another. How the fuck did I get in there? I wrote my own response to somebody. I'm a retard. Retardation can be fixed right now. In appearance on Fox News, Fox and Friends, Patel also said investigators believe the suspect not only copied down what was important. The suspect wrote. Patel also said investigators believe that the suspect wrote physical notes saying he had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and would do so. The note was destroyed, Patel said, but investigators have collected forensic evidence that it had existed and confirmed its contents through interviews. First, in the first question, how the fuck does this even matter if it's already fucking gone? And you can't even confirm it actually said this, so it's just hearsay for one. Apparently, and they didn't really go over who interviewed him, except for the fucking trans dude that they won't say is trans. But there we go. Well, so he showed them messages from an account named Tyler that the roommate identified as being from Robinson, in which stated that the need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush. They also mentioned wrapping the weapon up in a towel. Yeah, we're getting into these things. Tyler also discussed having to change outfits and engraving bullets, as well as a mention of a scope in the rifle being unique messages. Cox said Friday. Hmm. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contract, Tyler starting a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush. Messages related to visual watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. Okay, nothing really actually going into detail there, by the way. That was when messages referencing engraved bullets and mention of a scope and the rifle being unique messages from the contents were also linked to the posts. Uh-huh. They're actually talking about the Discord messages where apparently, yes, this is talking about Discord. Apparently, he was leaving Discord messages about Charlie Kirk dying, killing Charlie Kirk. That's not neither confirmed or denied. So again, he was banned though for supposedly hate messages and all that shit. No evidence to the contrary, though, or to the contrary, rather. Either way, this is all pointless. They're going over things that they don't even have information from, nor that they show it. Pedo said the DNA matching Robinson was found on a towel, allegedly wrapped around the firearm that was discarded in a wooded area near the university. That DNA was also found on a screwdriver on a rooftop, Pedo said. Pedo stressed that the only towel wrapped around the firearm has been processed so far. The gun itself is being analyzed by Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearm, and Explosive experts in Maryland. Don't ask me why alcohol or tobacco has anything to do with it. I'm guessing tobacco has. I'm guessing that something to do with gunpowder. I don't know what the fuck it's about. Robinson was squeaky clean and considerate boy from suburban Utah who had recently developed an interest in politics. Family members and neighbors said, and of course, young people. The FBI said the Mauser bolt action rifle allegedly used to kill Kirk was found near bullet casings with messages inscribed into them, including "Hey, fascist, catch." By the way, they first said it was found in a fucking bush. Now they're saying it's near a fucking like casing. I'm guessing the casing was there in the bush or two in the wooden area. The what's going on here? Kind of like, can you be more specific, please? Anyway, the FBI said the Mosey bolt action rifle allegedly used to kill Kirk was found near. Yeah, I already read that. Federal authorities said September 11 they recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle Robinson is accused of leaving in their wooded area used as its escape route. Court records show investigators found a 30 to 06 caliber rifle wrapped in a dark towel. The rifle was a Moser Model 98 with a mounted scope. So, what did we learn from this? Okay, let's just break down things. Now, I didn't really take notes about what experts said about the killing. So I'm going to talk about this. What's up, Barrywood? Anyway, I'm going to talk about the first thing. Anyway, so let's talk about the weapon used to kill Charlie Kirk and how Tyler Robinson may or may not kill him. So we know the kill was on the left of Charlie Kirk's neck, right? And there's that. Now, experts say, oh, 150 yards, that's easy. Anybody can take those, right? Even a civilian. Now, yes, that's true. 150 yards is a person, especially somebody who practices shooting, can hit them, can hit their targets, especially hunters. And yes, in fact, the weapon used was a bolt-action rifle, as far as we know, a Mauler 98 made by the German military, and it had, of course, it's going to come with a scope. By the way, that's that's how the Mauler 98 happens. So I don't know what the screwdriver thing is, and it was on a rooftop, but the rifle was near like bullets and casings of anti-fascist shit, and then it was in a bush, then it was in the woods. They make up your mind, right? But that's neither here nor there. Let's just talk about the. Oh, we'll get to those things, by the way. Let's talk about how Tyler Robinson could have killed him. Now, we all know, well, I hope you all know this, that even the military corps understands that the fact that if you're shooting, especially a human being, that the best places to shoot is the body, the bodily area, the heart, the liver, basically that. And he was on his left, right? He could have shot the liver, right? That would be a better kill, or even the heart. He was on his left. Remember, shots were on the left. He chose to hit it instead. Now the experts will go, "Oh, well, like he was aiming for the head and he just got nervous and hit the neck." That's illogical, for one, to even suggest that he just missed and got a little nervous. You don't miss that much and then hit the neck. Is he that freaking much of a sharpshooter or some shit? Like that's is he that freaking gifted? That's implausible. There's no way you could have hit that target. That is, if he was nervous, he would have not hit that one, because the head is the most hardest place when it comes to firearms to hit, especially the neck, which is a smaller part of the body. That's not that should be a no-brainer to anybody. So the fact that he just got nervous and just missed the head and hit the neck and is like beginner's luck. Shut up. You expect me to believe that? No, that's not what happened. So like that takes clear-cut precision. A little nervousness wouldn't just cause him to miss slightly and hit the neck. Yeah, he would have missed completely if that was the case. So take that to account. Any expert that says, "Oh, he just got lucky and hit the neck, it was the nervousness." If nervousness was part of it, he would have been shaky, and likelihood he wouldn't even hit the head. So the off chance that he just got fucking got nervous and hit the neck instead, that is not. We can rule that out. That's one thing. And I already pointed out the fact that it would be much better to hit the bodily harm, the liver, where it'd be a lot easier, especially from 150 yards with the rifle that powerful. That's a no-brainer. You're gonna get the kill. So why aim for the neck or the hand in the matter? Let's think this through. Even a well-trained person even knows that you're gonna get a better you're going to have a better opportunity to kill somebody around the bodily area, the liver. That's where he had even the heart. He could have probably hit the heart, so he could have took that, and well, now I'm probably blocking the way, so maybe not, but still, the liver was there. So why the neck? Why the around the head? Why wasn't he aiming for the head instead? Well, why would Tyler Robinson aim for that if he was just trying to kill him? Did it send a message? No, you're any trained rifle, not just trained, any person that is with experience with firearms, even an average person, knows that you're going to get a better hit on the body. So the fact that he just missed slightly and hit the neck because he was aiming for the head, because he got nervous, no, I don't think that works that way. And in fact, if he got nervous, he would be more likely to hit another person. Now, I already talked about the drop point. Yes, in fact. So since we covered that, and it's bullshit that the idea that he just fucking just got nervous and got super lucky hitting the neck, yeah, we can rule that out. But anybody saying that, don't fucking listen to them. Trump is probably in on it too, to be honest. He had one of his highest killing snipers and stuff say, "Well, why anybody can hit that? He just got nervous in the neck." Yep, yep. If that doesn't tell you, especially with the fact that people arguing whether he's left or right, if that doesn't tell you this is a psyop and a divide and conquer tactic, I don't know what to tell you. Now let's get to the part where they discovered the gun. The FBI discovered the gun and the screwdriver and stuff. Now let's talk about the Discord. Let's just go over the Discord thing. Is talk about Discord and shit. Messages, notes where apparently it was burned, and they collected that evidence. And supposedly he said he's got to get Charlie Kirk. I don't think that even really constitutes as evidence anymore. What are they going to put it back together and maybe it'll say that? Who are you trying to fool? I don't know how that counts as evidence anymore. If it did exist at all, or they just made it up and pulled that shit out of their ass, which probably is the FBI, so you never know. Just like they faked the Epstein files. The Epstein list, yep. Anyway, and they also, said, withheld information about the computer, about Hunter Biden, and, to just try to get Donald Trump impeached. Remember that? I remember. Yeah, you mean to tell me they're not trustworthy? Yeah, yes, they're not trustworthy. Well, I trust them. But, yeah. Also investigating trees to see who killed Trump, even though they already got the guy. But, don't get me wrong. This is what they are. This is our freaking federal agency, by the way, people. Just so you know. Anyway. So the Discord messages, they talked about that, by the way. Nothing really revealing about that, but he apparently was kicked from Discord and banned from it. So there's that. Nothing really revealed about it, though. It's just something. Now, the gun. So 3 different stories. One, it was found by ammunition of carcereted of anti-fascist bullshit. Then it was found in a bush, wrapped in a towel, black towel, and shit. Or in the woods too, and wrapped in a black towel. It's 3 different places the FBI apparently found this weapon. So I'm gonna assume it was in the bush, though. I'm guessing, because what happened was what the news articles talk about was hearsay, is that apparently there was a drop point, quote unquote, a drop point. So this indicates this was a coordinated effort, a drop point, as the term was used, for I'm gonna guess it was either woods near fucking bullets and in a bush. That's my chalk down. He found it in a bush, wrapped in a towel. Apparently his towel. I don't know why it wouldn't be wrapped in a towel then when he picked it up, but I don't know where else would it be. But he found this weapon, took it, I guess, on a rooftop, because apparently he had a screw with him, only a screw, which I'm guessing was to put on the scope. I don't know why he would need to put on the scope if it's going to already come with the scope. But I guess they were. I guess he needed to mount the scope himself. So there we go. And shot the guy, shot Charlie Kirk, and put the scope back and wrap it in a towel, and there we go. And that's when the FBI found it. Now, here's the problem with this. Here's the big fat problem with this. One, any person that understands any of this would want that evidence disposed quickly. So obviously it was a coordinated effort, right? So the FBI found the weapon in the bushes, wrapped in a towel, which seemed to be like more protecting of it. And the person that dropped it off didn't seem in a hurry to pick it back up. So that's one thing to take away. 2, the screwdriver on a rooftop they found. I don't know why the screwdriver would be there or why. And I guess, like I said, to mount the fucking scope. I don't know why the scope wouldn't be on already. It is literally a bolt action rifle meant for sniping. So, but I'm guessing he just had it mounted himself because he had his own custom one. Guessing, don't know. But either way, though, why is this evidence seen purposefully placed out in the open for them to find. Isn't this bizarre? And then to mention, like the FBI are doing more about to investigate what's on the weapon and how it was used and what is on the bullets than where the actual weapon came from. Think this through. It was at a drop. It was supposed to be a drop point. He got the gun from a drop than ever. How come they're not investigating who he got the weapon from? Just a question. It's just a bad question here. Like this seems more like oh, gee, it's purposely planted evidence that was there, and say, yeah, we know who killed him. We got this guy. Now fight over whether he's left or right, as if that's the thing that matters. I don't know about you guys, but this seems very psyopy. Very, very planted, especially sticking out that apparently was burned, and they're treating as sufficient evidence as because even though they can't read it anymore, even if they found every fucking piece of ash and put it back together and pretend that means something, because it can't really mean anything. I guess you could use ash as evidence, but what the fuck are you gonna do with it if you show it in court? See, we found this sticky note, even though you can't read what's on it, but he wrote something on it. This proves he's guilty, buddy, judge. Sentence him. The fuck are we gonna do with that? I think I talked about it plenty a bit enough. 4+ viewers, hi. Oh, I'm sure some people have something to say. You know, I think I said everything I needed to say from this point on. I did say I'll make it short. But I'll hang on for a bit. So how's it going, everybody? What do you people think about all of us? What do you people think is going on? Do you believe that this man is innocent, or do you believe this is a psyop, or do you actually believe he killed him? And tell me why. Present your arguments and tell me, is bullzie wrong or bullzie right? Yes, Fax is dead, by the way. Poor guy. I do miss him sometimes, though. He was funny. Though a creep, but it was a funny creep. but either way, though, I do think all this is fucking bizarre to me, especially if you take into account where that in the next few days. I'll be looking forward to it. I do put this on, but I have a few more to go. I'm surprised for his viewing, but I guess it's probably because of the thumbnail. I still can go more, and I'm curious what other people do think about this and what I say about this. I'm pretty sure people like Dave have more information about this too, at least their own collective. Personally, though, yeah, I think this kid is innocent. Yeah, I really do think this kid is innocent. I think it's a waste of time. And don't get me wrong, he's a gay fucking dildo. Yeah. Sure, if you want, Dave. And I got time. We can talk about it for a few minutes and make fun of the kid for being a gay retard, but who's incapable of killing people. Yeah, and that's who he is, a gay retard who fucked a trans kid. And I think he was taking it in the butthole too, because Utah University told him to. I think so. I don't know what the university is called, by the way, but I think that's what happened. But hey, shout out to the 3 viewers. Boom. Barry Wood shut up. I had to stage devious Dave Rose. Hello, Dave Rose. How's it going?
Check 1 2.
Yep, I hear you.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about this hopefully in the next couple of days. I was thinking wait until a full 7 days has passed and do it at the week mark of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And speak about it then, because information keeps coming out. First of all, one indicator is that FBI leadership did not inform Kash Patel of certain aspects to the case, or including, I should say, photo, I believe, of the alleged killer.
Shooter.
12 hours after the fact. Remember, Kash Patel, an Indian who should not even be anywhere, not even in America. He should not be in that position of power anyways. He's married to an Israeli operative. Okay, she claims to be a model stuff. No, that's a honeypot. That is basically his handler. And this is the same guy, along with Dan Bongino, who I said from the get-go wasn't trustable. Even when he's just doing his fucking YouTube videos and all that sort of thing, I knew the guy wasn't straight, as in like on the level, not homosexual. But yeah, I knew that. And then when both of them come out and say, oh, well, Epstein actually just killed himself, here's a clearly edited video that basically proves that Epstein killed himself. You can't trust either of those fucks. And to go so far as to make such a retarded allegation that Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay, in the context of the argument, because that's another fucking rabbit hole. If you take a look at some of the photos of Epstein's body, alleged body, being wheeled out of the jail cell, his ears don't match. So some have speculated that because he was a Mossad, operative, probably did get some reconstructive surgery and is probably on a beach in Tel Aviv or something. There's a lot to this. And again, you can't trust those who are in these positions where they're telling you to not believe your eyes and to just accept. Because initially I remember, again, logistically speaking, this shit doesn't go down without some assistance. So when they first said, oh, it was a lone gunman, it's like, no, that's fucking retarded. And then they come out, oh, well, now there's like 20 plus people involved. And Discord was like, oh, well, no, there was no discussion of this. And then, there comes out through independent investigators, not through the FBI, that no, there really was massive discussions for at least a month prior to this about, attempting to assassinate Charlie Kirk. So we're getting lies from, the government, from the media. The media is the biggest fucking enemy of the people. And they really want to sort of redirect this discussion. I, again, suggest that people take everything with a grain of salt, look at those that are willing to gain from this, but also look at those who are calling out the public narrative and providing alternate information. That the rifle that was supposedly pictured, that's not a Mauser, that's a Remington. Not even the same caliber and stuff. The biggest tell on that photo is the scope is placed way to the rear, closer to the butt end. Anybody that puts that to their face and pulls the trigger is going to get a black eye. Okay, so something's wrong there for sure. There is so much to cover, and it's good that at least you are sort of seeing it. Now, was this faggot involved? I say yes, absolutely. To what extent is the question? And he's more than willing. I mean, some of these guys end up offing themselves. Remember one of the trans killers at the Christian school was a female, claimed to be a male, had a manifesto that they didn't want to release. And then Steven Crowder had somebody on the inside that released it. It's clear that they want to stay on top of this stuff. So, and quite often the trannies will kill themselves after committing one of these crimes. This one, he was more than willing to go in. What's the reason exactly? Is he MK Ultra? Is he doing this for fame? Was he just a patsy and he's going along with it from a foreign power that wished to silence a guy that was, starting to go on the outs from them. So you're raising some good points. I suggest that, again, we all keep an open mind, but more importantly,
Yeah.
trust no one. Question everything.
Well, I personally think that wrapping up the rifle and then putting it in a bush and just leaving it there is fucking ridiculous.
And what's odd, that was also in the forest, but then when that firearm was photographed, it was on grass. That's not a forest floor.
Mhm.
So again, there's a lot of discrepancies that are being presented as official narrative, and those are already, raising red flags. So let's
Yeah,
be
so
very careful as to what story we're willing to believe, because again, we have precedents that the FBI is absolutely corrupt, and they're willing to do anything to cover anything up that will affect their operations.
well, let's be honest here. Why are they investigating what's on the gun instead of where the gun came from? Let's be honest here. They never do that.
Well, we're not being told, but maybe they did. Again, what we're being told is different from what we're seeing, and more importantly, what we would come to the logical conclusion. And again, it's not just me. There's other people with massive amounts of experience working in the military or law enforcement. They're saying this is not true. This is not making sense. And what we presented is clearly, it's not the entire story. There's something more. And we already see the attempt to delay or just deny information from coming out. Why?
Well,
That's
technically
all I
speaking,
ask, is
they're
people
stalling.
question that.
Well, people are stalling for one, obviously. And I call this a psyop and a divide and conquer tactic because they need a distraction, right? And I don't think Tyler Robinson did it. I personally don't think so. But
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I
if
mean,
they're
again, he could be MKUltra to
yeah,
believe he did. He might be, again, just taking the fall because he believes he's doing it for the greater good. I mean, there are leftists that believe that,
perhaps.
and there have been people in the past who have taken, who've claimed responsibility for actions that they did not commit. Why? Because they literally just wanted to be, they wanted attention, they want affirmation, so they're willing to say, "Yeah, I killed that person," even though they didn't. So that's, again, we
Well,
still have
yeah,
to
he is
wait.
leftist, so there's that. He probably would do that.
Exactly. And again, this Charlie Kirk was basically maligned by the left, especially trannies, and I would totally see one of them saying, "Fuck it, I'll take the fall for this. I want to be the one known who killed them, even if they didn't."
Hmm. Yeah,
So
he did. Yeah, well, like I pointed out, there's like a supposed drop point, so obviously it was a coordinated.
yeah, but
So
again, there's a lot of things that are just, they don't make sense. They're not adding up. And what's just necessary from us rational people at the moment is to question, to at least keep an open mind and not just swallow whatever we're thrown at and say, okay, trust but verify. And then when things start to not add up, say, okay, well, why are you lying to us? Why are you not telling us the entire truth?
well, this is the FBI we're talking about. These are the same people that withheld information about Hunter Biden's laptop just to get Donald
Yep.
Trump
Yep.
impeached.
Absolutely. Exactly. So
So,
based on that, I would say people should keep that in mind while we're being told and fed a story, and make up their own mind. They might have not have all the information, but you can tell a lie, right? As it, like, you can tell when a lie is being told. So let whoever to talk, and then decide, is this person lying? Are they not telling the full truth? So it's up to us as people with brains to allow this information to come in and question every single bit of it.
yeah.
But
So with that, I still don't believe it's Tyler Robinson. It could just be, like you said, a guy who just wanted to take credit. It's just, it doesn't point to a guy who's just a civilian who happened to have some firearm background. That's just not how that works to me. The shot has to be taken by somebody with some actual expertise training. He got him in the neck. The neck.
yeah,
And
but
some of the
there's also
experts,
speculation that was ricochet off the vest.
you think
Again,
so?
and there was footage that was being filmed from behind Charlie Kirk that was immediately sort of confiscated. We haven't seen that. So
Mhm.
I'm waiting to see what more information comes out and what stories are attached to that information that comes out. I will make up my own mind. What I do know is that we're not being told the truth, the whole truth. Um, and we obviously know that
Yeah,
there's a
there's
massive amount
certainly the
of
guy.
infiltration in the FBI by Marxists and by foreign agents. Israel, China,
Yep. Oh yeah.
Saudi Arabia, Russia.
Hmm.
Um, so, there's a lot of infiltration that every level of government has experienced, and they're all foreign actors. So,
And not to mention the guard on Charlie Kirk's right. He was putting up some pan signals. I'm not sure what the deal was, but it certainly was signaling something. And that's when Charlie Kirk died. Now he did look shocked when he did, but it was like, yeah, that didn't
again,
look. That looked.
I'll wait till to hear and see more information. I did see that. That also could be because they're noticing somebody in the crowd and they're signaling to other law enforcement, look at that, keep that aware, or be ready to move, something like that. I'm
Yeah.
not jumping on top of any assumptions other than I'm going to say I trust no one and I'm going to question everything. But
I'm
I'm
already.
gonna I'm gonna
I'm kind of
I'm gonna
already
let
being
you
jealous
go
of.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to quickly call in and just give a few of my thoughts. But you're on the right trail and stuff, or at least you're not on the official trail. So like, keep questioning what's being presented because you obviously see that things aren't adding up, and that's what we need. We need people to be discerning with the information because the governments, all governments really, and bureaucrats specifically, have a record of lying to the people. And I mean, it's fucking proof, like with Oswald, Lee Harvey
Hmm.
Oswald, where they initially said he's a lone gunman. Meanwhile, the latest declassified JFK documents literally say this was a conspiracy regarding like involving more than one person, and they even referenced Israel in there. And it's funny when they declassify, they're like, do not mention Israel's involvement. And I guess they fucked up because that statement was actually written on the documents that were released. So basically, indicting Israel in its involvement with JFK's assassination. So
Yeah, well, I mean, JFK did talk about like what did they taken?
he
He said
wanted
that.
to have inspections on the nuclear site. He wanted to deny in Israel. He wanted to deny Israel the ability to have nuclear weapons. Um, uh, he, what else was there? He wanted to declare one of these fundraising groups as a foreign agent because they were fundraising and sort of subverting America. Again, he was going against Israel's interference in America as well as you know, um, their operations and such, especially when it came to nuclear weapons and their nuclear weapon site. But yeah,
That is a lot to go into from me, by the
yeah,
way.
there's a lot. But again, I wanted to make this short and sweet and stuff. I got other things to do. It is getting late.
Yeah.
But
Same for me. I'll go for a bit longer and talk
all
about
right,
some
man.
stuff.
But I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me call. And yeah, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you later.
See, there goes DV Steve. I appreciate his input on things. So yeah, now when he talked about the nuclear war plant with JFK and Israel, it's not even that. There's more to it. I mean, today Israel involvement in the United States is a whole fucking ball game. By the way, that is an entirely different video. 19, but I'll just say this: 1948, United States should have never had the Lincoln Accords helping Jewish people back into Israel. I'm just going to say that. Should have just, that's what. By the way, that's what the Nazis were doing back then. The Haylock Accords turned into the Lincoln Accords. Just to say that. Anyway, yeah. So, yes, like I said, I do not believe Tyler Robinson killed him. I don't. I think he's innocent. Could it be like he just took the credit? Probably. So not enough information is going to be left out. But honestly, like if we're going to be honest here, like, and this is a divide and conquer tactic. I've seen people argue whether he was left or right or not, as if that's the most important part. I mean, like he probably no, he's gay and he likes taking it, and he's gay, and there's a photo of him riding Donald Trump as a whole when he was pretending Donald Trump was a horse riding him. So like he's certainly gay. But what else are you gonna say? Uh, some of these messages are distance from another. Oh well, but you get the point, right? Yeah. So there's that. So when I got talk about this stuff, then there's there, right, and it's all there. Huh? What else do I say about that? I think I said everything that there is enough evidence to say that. Yeah, too odd, too odd. Well, I'm gonna look through some other stuff. I got time. I got plenty of time. So I've actually made some few songs. Actually, I could do this massive, nice, neat trick where I can go here and go to StreamYards on my other device and enter in. And well, I'm gonna have to mute myself one of them there. So, well, actually, better idea. Wait, never mind. Not a better idea. It's a bad idea if I did that. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm gonna read some actually, not many comments. Hello, four viewers. I'm bored as shit now because I'm just talking to the camera now. That's what you're supposed to do. Thanks for you know. Yeah, I did look into this whole. Yeah, nothing adds up. You don't trust anything. But when we say this is because like it's very much telling. I'm gonna enter studio. Yes, I'm already in the studio, but in a different freaking device. Yes, yes. Why? Why went through these processes? Why? Yeah, watch. There's gonna be two people. Um, mm, there we go. I typed it all in. Losing viewer. Can't blame them because it's boring. There you go. Yes, there's very much so. Please no, yay. I can actually now I can control things. Yes, there's Jimmy's. And that's actually pretty impressive, isn't it? What I could do. It's just a practice. Hold on. Add some music. That's what I'm planning to do. That's my plan, right? Yeah, StreamYards has gotten easier to use, but I stopped paying for it because it was like it wasn't worth the prices, honestly. I could still add music though. That's the cool part. Parasite. Just actually songs that I made. That was good. Yeah, I'm gonna add something and maybe I should play this as my outro. But it's processing. Yeah, I've been anyway, you know it'd be funny if right now if Bullfrog came calling. I don't know that's I'm glad you won't, but you know what? At the same time, it'd be funny. You think, what are you talking about? I would do that. And thanks for calling. Yeah, but this is the song I have. There we go. So that's the song I have. What do you think? It's playing right now. I'm gonna put you over here. There we go. So I think I could just. thing I wanted to talk about, actually. Just done for the fuck of it. Well, people can play the playback speed and make their own decisions, I guess. So, just enjoy the song as it goes, and then after the song, enjoy yourselves.
To lots you were an inspiration. Someone killed you out of desperation for calling out the generation in the US nation. You should not have died over words, but now the nation is far more hurt. Your words have not gone unheard. Your death put the nation on alert. Don't worry, my man, the Lord has a plan. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. To lots you were a jerk, but you kept that little smirk, destroying all the lived turds. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. No! To lots you were a jerk, but you kept that